Right, so welcome back to this video. Wow, I am burnt today. Anyway, in this video, we're going to be covering one of the most important things when it comes to email marketing copywriting. You can say every single element of copywriting is just as important as each other, but if you get this one wrong, everything after that is just a waste. And everything after that gets affected by this one. The thing I'm talking about is subject lines. So if you don't get your subject line right, no one's going to open your email in the first place, and consequently no one's going to see what you have to offer inside, no one's going to click, and the most important thing is no one's going to buy your product. So we're going to be going through subject lines. I'm going to show you 10 different types of subject lines, 10 of my favorite types of subject lines, and then we're going to be walking through a few examples of each of those subject lines. So just to give you context, my name's Jack. I've been writing emails consistently every single day for the last 4 or 5 years straight. I've wrote over 10,000 emails for multiple brands throughout the US, Australia, UK, Canada, and so forth. So with the utmost of humility, I think it's safe to say I know what converts and I know what flops. So just a little bit of credibility there as to why you should be listening to me. Obviously you don't have to listen to me, but if you choose to, at least you know that it is going to be beneficial, right? So I'm just going to walk straight through it and show you exactly what kind of subject lines we're going to cover today. So the types of subject lines we're going to cover: bold fact. So starting off the subject line as a bold fact. Curiosity gap, the personal one-to-one. This one's one of my favorites. The benefit first subject line, the pattern interrupt. So when they are checking their emails, they're like, okay, let's click on that. Social proof, fear of loss, simple and specific. The urgency, the timing ones, normally these are used for sales, especially this time of year, Q4, and the story / the teaser. So we'll just go straight into number one. This is the bold fact. So we'll go for example number one. X happened because of Y. You're going to see this repeated throughout this video, X and Y in the subject lines. So X happened because of Y. So an example for a skincare brand could be: your skin barrier calmed down because of this one ingredient. So you can see, one, it's a bold fact, but number two, I think this is the thing I go for most when writing subject lines, is the curiosity. It's the curiosity. Like, if someone's curious, they're gonna click. If they know it's just a spammy marketing email, chances are they're just going to read the subject line and just be like, nah, I can read that another time. I'll read that when I want that product. So example number two, the number one / the number two thing that ... An example of that could be: the number one reason people reorder this serum. Again, for skincare, but you can say along the lines of: the number one reason why people love this shirt, the number one reason why people love the fit of these jeans. You get my point. You can pretty much swap out and swap in anything you like with that subject line, and with all of these subject lines, in fact. Example number three would be X percentage, X days, X steps. An example of that would be 7 days to softer hands. Here's the routine. So once again, creating that curiosity, but also creating that excitement for them to open that email. And also, it's digging into a pain point. So 7 days to softer hands. So let's say, for example, if you're working with your hands all day, or you get very chapped hands in the cold, you're going to think, oh, okay, this email is meant for me. So you're resonating with the audience within that subject line, and you're making a little bit of a promise, to be fair, in regards to here's the routine. So that's the bold fact subject line. Number two is curiosity gap. So I didn't expect this, for example, number one. I didn't expect this hoodie to sell out that fast. So you can see it's creating that desire. It's framing that desire that the hoodie sold out in order to create that subject line to then drive that click to that email. Example number two, you won't believe what ... So guess what people love most about this cleanser? You can see a lot of these are about skincare, but that's the easiest thing to write about. So so once again, a little bit of a social proof of credibility in there as well, but it's creating that curiosity. So guess what? It's like, huh? Let's take a look. Example number 3, the weird truth about X. So the weird truth about natural deodorant. So that's one that is curiosity, but at the same time, it's a little bit of a pattern interrupt as well, because the weird truth. But that's number 2. Number 3 is personal. It's a one-to-one kind of email. So thought of you when I saw this shade and thought of you. For example, number 1. This actually is a good one to use, example number 2, because it doesn't sound like it's been typed by a robot or a typical marketing sort of subject line. It seems like you've literally just gone on your keyboard and typed it without using any punctuation, any grammar, holding shift and capitalizing a letter. Jack, I think you'll like this. So you can see there everything is lowercase, and that makes them feel like it's a human writing that email. That works really well if you do want to try that, by the way. Example number 2. Example number 3. Quick question, ... This one, again, I keep saying this, well, I said this twice in a row, this one does work really well. I think nowadays, probably within the last couple of years, this might be a little bit overused, that it might not get the conversion rate that it used to get, but at the same time, this still does work really well. So quick question, are you still looking for a glow of your routine? Another one you could even use is just that example line, quick question, ... Quick question, ... brings that curiosity up so high that people do click it. I've used this quite a few times throughout the emails that I write, and they always get great open rates with that one. Number 4 is the benefit first. So how to get X without Y. You can see again, X and Y. How to get glass skin without a 12-step routine. So get something great without something something strenuous, you know. So get something great without the effort is how to get X without Y. How to get glass skin without the 12-step routine. How to get abs without counting your macros. Things along those lines. How to get abs without skipping junk food. How to lose weight without giving up your favorite foods. Example number 2, get X in Y time. So a bit of a promise there. So white of teeth in 5 minutes a day. She can get how to get abs within 60 days, or how to lose X amount of fat within 30, 60, 90 days. Example number 3, stop doing X and start doing Y. So stop over exfoliating, try this instead. I keep going back to fitness because that's another thing that I love. So stop cutting out junk food, try this instead to lose weight. So that's number 4, that's benefit first. Number 5 is pattern interrupt. You can see within these subject lines already, some of them are a slight pattern interrupt, but we'll go into what actually causes the most amount of pattern interrupt. So example number 1 is unpopular opinion. This is another one I've used quite often, to be fair. Unpopular opinion, you don't need more skincare. So that would be aimed at brands who have a 2 or 3-step skincare routine. They have one product for step 1, another product for step 2, another product for step 3, and they're pretty much cutting through the noise that you do not need a 8-step, 9-step, 10-step skincare routine. Example number 2, don't do X until you do Y. So don't buy another protein powder until you read this. Once again, their pattern is buying protein powder every single month. This subject line interrupts that pattern. So do not buy another one until you read this email. And number 3 is X is a trap. So buying jeans is a size trap. So you can see there, the reader might think, what do they mean? Let's open this email. So you really need to think about, okay, how can I create that curiosity, that intrigue in that consumer's head in order to open the email? Because the way I see it is if the customer has just gone to their desk on a Monday morning, they open their laptop, to start work, they go through their inbox and they see marketing email, okay, work email, marketing, work, marketing, one with curiosity, which doesn't look like marketing. The chances are they're going to skip all the marketing emails, the obvious marketing emails, and click on the one that creates that curiosity, creates that intrigue. Just like we said earlier with the lower caps, like if someone went into work and saw that one with lower caps, they would probably click on it. If they went into work and they saw a subject line with a promo and title case, they probably wouldn't click on it. The next one up, number 6, is social authority. So example number 1, brand/person did this. Why athletes keep this magnesium lotion in their kit. So you can see, like, if someone is inspiring to become an athlete, or someone actually thinks they're an athlete, or someone is an athlete, they'll think, okay, like if other people are using it, then I need to use it too. Or at least I should take a look at why this group of people are using it. Example number 2 is a case study. So case study, 30 nights of deeper sleep. So a lot of people, they like reading things. They like reading articles. They like reading research on things. They like seeing if things do actually work or they don't work, in fact. So this one is a great one to use that in your subject line, and once again, get people opening because they want to open and see that result. Example number 3 is we tested X versus Y. So we tested 3 formulas and this one won. You could even say we tested cheap skincare versus Rhode, or we tested Evian water versus electrolyte water. And you can see it's building that social authority by using that name, Evian, and it's creating that curiosity. Okay, what is even electrolyte water? Why has it been tested against Evian? Okay, which one is healthier for me? I always see electrolyte water in the shops. I've never tried it. Okay, maybe this is a chance to try it. Let's see which one won, first of all. And they open the email, the chances are they read it, and then they can go through to your product. Number 7 is fear of loss. FOMO. A lot of people do get FOMO. You'll see when you offer someone something and they don't take it, and then you go, actually, okay, never mind. They'll be like, okay, no, let me try it. But also, maybe they're losing something because of the results or because of the things they're currently doing. So you might be losing X because of Y. You might be breaking out because of this one step. The hidden cost of X, the hidden cost of cheap razors. If we were to do this for maybe a B2B brand, for ads brands, the hidden cost of cheap media buyers. So example number 3, before you hit send or before you buy. So an example of that is before you try another supplement, ... This one works really well once again. I've done this many times. So the next one's urgency/timing. This is very important when you're within that sale period. So this is the one I'm using the most right now. We're deep into Q4. Black Friday is actually next week. So this is the one I'm seeing myself circle around a lot right now. Obviously in between I'll use different frameworks for subject lines, but a lot of the time right now these ones are the ones that are very popular within that sale season, or when you're trying to create that urgency for people to click and to buy your product. So whether stock's moving out fast or whether the sale is coming to an end, then you can use these in your subject lines to draw people into the offer. So example number 1 is last chance or closing tonight. So last chance for your free gift tonight. Example number 2 is today only, or ends at X. So ends at midnight, just making sure you saw this. And example number 3 is before insert date or season. So before the holiday shipping cutoff. This, once again, very important this time of the year. So before the Christmas cutoff. Christmas, I think you do know, it means that shipping times have a cutoff because postage is not going to be sent out close to Christmas. So if they want to order it by X, they need to, or if they want to get it before X, they need to order it before Y. Next one up, number 9, is story/tease. So example number 1, so ... this happened. So this happened after we launched the new shade. Example number 2, I learned this the hard way. I learned this the hard way with dry skin. Another popular one, you can pop something on the end of that subject line. I learned this the hard way, so you don't have to. I learned this the hard way with dry skin, so you don't have to. So it feels like you're giving them a little bit of a hack, so they'll open the email to then reveal that hack. And example number 3 is behind the scenes. So behind the scenes of our most requested restock. People like to be on the inside. People like to know what's actually happening within that brand. You can see that on social media, to be fair. People like to see the insides of your life. We all like it to look perfect, but what people actually want to see is what happens off camera. What happens when, you know, the camera isn't on said person? What is their life really like? And in this case, what really happens at the brand's HQ? And number 10, last but not least, simple and specific. So plain objection/noun line. So your car or that moisturizer. So very short, very sweet, but surprisingly, these do get a lot of clicks once again, because it doesn't look like a typical marketing email. Micro moment is example number 2. So about your shade, ... And example number 3 is 2 words. You can use anything for this. 2 words, pillow soft lips. Or 3 words, jeans that fit. You can see there, you can use 2, 1 word, 3 words. You can even do it for 4 or 5 words, but if you do it for 5 words, only if you use long words, your subject line can be a little bit long. But if it's just like 1 word, 2 words, 3 words, they usually work better. So they are the 10 subject lines. But remember, last of all, 4 to 7 words is the sweet spot for many lists, but obviously test yours first. Front load the hook. On here, mobile truncation is real, and what we mean by that is an iPhone or an Android, whichever OS you're on. Truncation is where the word stops, maybe halfway through, and it follows it with ... So you can see it cuts it off. So put the hook right at the start of the subject line. And this is going to be covered in another video, by the way, preview text, is put the offer, 20% off, right at the front of the preview text as well. So if you have some urgency, some timing, an offer, if you have a bold statement, try to put as much as you can right at the start of the subject line. So if it does, if truncation does happen, at least what you want to be revealed is revealed, and avoid spam triggers unless your sender reputation is great. So that could be all caps, loads of exclamation mark, loads of $signs, too many caps in one subject line. You can use a couple of caps in a subject line, or maybe if you got 5 words, maybe just 1 short word is caps. So if you go something like, this is not what you want to buy. If you want to capitalize the NOT, that's absolutely fine. But if you start to sound very spammy and your sender reputation is not built, then chances are spam is going to kick in. So there we go. There's 3 different examples of 10 different types of subject lines you can use when writing copy for either your e-commerce store, or if you're a freelancer, other people's e-commerce stores, and bring that open rate up really high. Now, if you want a further 10 more examples of every different type of subject line I've just listed, then if you look below, in the description, you'll see a link to a school community. Click on it, join it, and then you'll see the 100 different subject lines within that school community. But that's it, guys. If you do like what you see and you do like the value that I'm giving, hit like, hit subscribe, and there'll be many more videos like this coming through, whether they are copy related videos, whether they are design related videos, or whether they are celebrity email breakdowns, which I do quite a lot. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.